Melrose attorneys accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from his clients. WBZ's Logan Hall is live for us in Medford tonight. And Logan, prosecutors say he really betrayed the trust of the people who hired him.
Yeah, David, that's right. Good evening. Prosecutors detailed these allegations today, alleging that this Melrose attorney embezzled over $600,000 from his clients, and he also refused to pay that money back when pressed on it. Mr. Rappa, any comment on the allegations? Thank you.
Melrose attorney Henry Rappa charged with embezzling over $600,000 from clients. He's also accused of practicing law under a suspended license. Rappa appeared in court Thursday where prosecutors said in the first alleged instance of fiduciary embezzlement back in 2023, Rappa's client tried to get their money back several times.
There were a number of requests for those funds. They were never provided. There were all sorts of excuses provided by Mr. Rappa as to that he was busy, that he was traveling, that he was doing things with his family, that he couldn't provide the money. In truth, Mr. Rappa had spent those funds.
This resulted in the suspension of Rappa's license, but prosecutors say he continued to practice law until as late as December of 2025.
Unfortunately, in that time period since the suspension, Mr. Rappa continued to practice law. He received money from a number of clients, including from one that was the subject of the second fiduciary embezzlement and larceny charges.
In a press conference, Middlesex County District Attorney Marion Ryan said she hopes that victims will be able to recover their funds.
It reflects a continuing and a concerning pattern of conduct. The rules around who has the privilege of practicing law exist exactly in part for these reasons, to protect the public.
Now, the district attorney is currently calling on the public to be on the lookout for similar cases. She says that her office is currently investigating about a half dozen embezzlement cases. As for Rappa, he was released today on $2,500 bail and is expected back in court later in May.
That's a crazy number just thinking about it. So he steals over $600,000, but to get out of jail, you only got to pay. What did it say? This is something crazy. Let's back it up just a tad bit. Just make sure I didn't hear it wrong.
Bail and is expected back in court. Her office is currently investigating about a half dozen embezzlement cases. As for Rappa, he was released today on $2,500 bail.
$2,500 bail. The world is a cold place. Now, they were questioning if they will be able to get the money back. We don't know. He most likely doesn't have any of the money, and they're just going to be scrounging around, waiting for something to come that will never come. But let's get over into one more video and see what else we can learn.
We are hearing tonight from one of the alleged victims of Melrose attorney Henry Rappa. He's accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from his clients. Now, one of those clients hired Rappa to help handle a major family inheritance. As WBZ's Mike Sullivan shows us, it may be hard to get that money back.
In court, Henry Rappa Jr. stood as a lawyer. He typically finds himself representing a client, not being the subject of the case itself.
I spoke to my client the next day. I said, how good did it feel seeing the bailiff put the cuffs on Henry Rappa?
Charles Dobbins represents Michael and Janine Tipping, a couple Rappa allegedly stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from.
Every time we asked for an invoice, and that would be via email, via text message, it was always, well, someone's actually working on my books.
After Michael's mother passed away, they inherited a large sum of money. His sister was the original trustee.
Because she actually passed away unexpectedly, we had to find a lawyer unexpectedly.
Michael assumed the trustee duties as Janine researched hiring Rappa. Court documents say they handed him their inherited money in March of 2023.
We learned at his hearing that my client's money was gone almost immediately.
The Tippings say every time they asked him for an invoice of his work, they were met with excuses.
There was, I'm in the urgent care, I don't feel well. I have opening day Red Sox tickets.
Eventually, they bought a new home and asked for the money back.
He had the nerve to ask how much money did we need. That's when I thought we are going to have a significant problem.
Do you have hope that you'll get all this money back?
Thanks to the BBO, yes.
Once the Board of Bar Overseers permanently suspends Rappa's license, Dobbins says his client could start the process of getting the money reimbursed.
Massachusetts is one of the unique states that actually has a financial vehicle to make whole any person that's been hurt by a bad lawyer.
Dobbins saying other states limit what victims can get back.
At the end of the day, he's getting what he deserved. And fortunately, my clients are going to be made whole.
In July of last year, a court ordered Rappa to stop practicing law, but the Middlesex County District Attorney's Office says he continued representing clients 6 months later and allegedly stole a combined roughly $21,000.
So there was no checks. That's what it sounds like. There was no checking to see if he's still practicing, or maybe the clients themselves didn't check, or are they even able to check if he is not allowed to practice?
We reached out to Rappa's lawyer for comment, but have yet to hear back. In Nashua, I'm Mike Sullivan, WBZ News.
Wow. Imagine your mother dies. Your sister can't take care of it, who was originally supposed to. You go look for a lawyer, and the lawyer you find immediately, as soon as you send it to him, the money's gone. It's out of the account and it's somewhere else. He spent it immediately. And now you're worried about even if you can even get the money back. Makes you lose faith in people sometimes. Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to get a little bit more information on this whole case and see what else we can find out. But let's jump over into it. So as we know, in April 2026, Massachusetts attorney Henry was charged with embezzlement over $600,000 from his clients. According to the Middlesex District Attorney's Office, the 57-year-old attorney from Massachusetts faces multiple felony charges after allegedly misappropriating large sums of money entrusted to him. The primary theft, a client entrusted him with approximately $660,000 to be held safely in the client's trust account for a family's estate inheritance. Prosecutors allege that he did not safeguard the funds and failed to return the money when the clients requested it. By the time the investigation locked his account, his firm's business account reportedly only had $3,000. In July of 2025, a court ordered him to immediately stop practicing law, step down from his duties, and return the client's funds. Despite this, authorities state that he continued to practice law illegally. In December 2025, while his license was suspended, he allegedly handled a real estate closing for another client and pocketed a combined $21,300 that was supposed to be distributed to the buyer. So first things first, I know for a fact you can look up if someone like an attorney, an engineer, if they are truly licensed, you can look that up by just having their name. But a lot of people do not check that. You just trust that whoever lawyer you're finding or attorney you're finding is licensed. You need to do your background checks on people if you're going to hand them a large sum of money, no matter if they're a popular attorney or not. You need to do your review, look at some reviews, do something, do some kind of research just to give yourself a little safeguard at least. At least you tried to do something. So he appeared in the district court on April 2026, where he pleaded not guilty to all counts. He was released on $2,500 bail under strict conditions, including surrendering of his passport and agreeing not to leave New England area. He has been officially charged with 2 counts of embezzlement, 2 counts of larceny over $1,200, and 1 count of unauthorized practice of law. Yeah, steal $600,000. You only need to pay $2,500 to get out. Does that seem right to y'all? Absolutely crazy situation, y'all. But at the end of the day, please do your research on no matter whoever you're hiring to do anything. Attorneys, engineers, do your research. See if they are properly licensed. You can easily look that up. But a lot of people don't. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all, and let me know how you feel about it. How would you feel, and how much time do you think is appropriate for this type of crime? At least, hopefully, that one couple who I think was in Massachusetts, they have a good system in place to where they can get the majority of their money back. But some other places, at least, that's the main thing, because they $660,000.